Hello and welcome to the Aftermath. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan. And of course,
there wasn't a countdown. He just shouted at me. it was like we have to
came out of nowhere.
We have to
burst through the door.
It was like we have to wait until the gate closes. And I was like, just like count me down because I didn't know that you started.
Close this gate,
And he
bitch.
said, "All right, I'll delete that. I'll delete that file." And there's a brief silence. And he says, "All right, let's go." And I'm like, "Oh."
you can tell that Ethan hasn't done this show in a long time because I've never counted anybody down.
Well, no, but I the problem is this time I asked you to.
I know.
This time I was like, "Oh, well, I didn't." You gotta,
I just love how you can hear when I start the show that Ethan goes, oh, wow.
I was resting my forehead on the
Holy
mic, and
shit.
then he startled me awake.
Shit, I'm crying. We
We didn't make it to a minute.
Hold on, are we at a minute?
I know it's a sad movie, but damn.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we are at a minute.
Yeah,
We made it. It's
okay.
fine. We're not in the ding zone. It's
All
fine.
right, cool. She'd be good on my will till I'm hunting.
Before we even talk about that, this is the rousing 200th episode.
Ding,
of
ding, ding,
this
ding, ding,
show.
ding, ding. Let's give it up
Yeah.
for number 200, baby.
Yeah, it has been what 4 years
I've
now.
lost track of time.
I want to say that this
God,
coming
dude, time
March,
is a construct and it's not real.
this coming March will make 4 years of this podcast, and I'm
Holy
super
shit.
excited about it. But
That's
this
a
is
long
but
time.
until then, this is episode 200, and yeah, I'm
Woo.
excited. It's been a fun time.
That's 3 whole digits, but
been a
they're
wild
special this
ride.
time.
But they're special. Yeah,
Do you remember-
the first 100 week. This is the second
No, our
100.
100th episode was pretty boss. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. It was
Do you
pretty
remember it?
cool.
Not really. I'll be honest. It was a whole 100 episodes ago.
I'm pretty sure it was the Dropping Lizards episode.
I'm
wasn't
pretty
it?
sure it was.
That's one of my favorites.
Wait, really? Was
That's
that?
a standout.
Oh my gosh, was that it?
It might have been, yeah.
And is it because that feels like forever ago?
The Drop-In Lizards episode.
Yeah. I
That was
mean, I'm
whenever
pretty
we-
sure.
It was whenever we played
This man is
Metal
lost.
Slug.
Oh yeah,
Metal
no, I do
Slug.
remember that. Never mind. I was like, this man is lost.
Bro.
Yeah, no, that was fun. Just playing games
Yeah.
and podcasting.
We need to do that again sometime.
We got to
Bruh.
continue your Metal Slug lineage.
I
so that
can't.
now you'll get all the power-up jokes I make.
I can't.
Chibi acting on my guy to Lysagog.
Rocket launcher.
Quick, take my camel.
Take my camel.
Take my camel. That's a
Oh
great
my
reference.
God, I
And that's a
love
deep
that
cut reference in this
Right.
show.
Fucking eons past.
Yeah, once upon a time.
Oh,
I still
man.
can't. It's actually called Metal Bullet.
Ah,
Is what that one
damn
is.
it.
I think we did the same thing. I think we just played
Okay.
Metal Slug.
That's whatever.
Dude, I still can't get over the intro of this show. I still feel a little.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. It was.
It was the best. Our best one yet.
Oh man. Yeah. So, anyways, we tried to start the episode, and then of course everyone. Well, I don't say everyone.
We
Ethan.
succeeded.
Ethan tries to talk over me while I'm trying to start the show, and I'm like, I'm trying to start the show here.
No, there was a pause. There was
Yeah,
silence.
right,
Okay,
right.
there was plenty of silence, and I was like, normally
Yeah.
there's not that much. So he didn't say anything, and I was like, I guess he's still doing settings there. So I started talking, and he was like, you just ruined me trying to start the podcast. And then I was like, well, then just like count it down. That way I know. And then he didn't, and he startled me.
We were going back and forth about the joke of she be blank on my blank till I blank
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
or extremely loud and correct buzzer.
Right.
Oh my god, there were so many.
It was 15 minutes just for us to get the podcast started. And we had to try twice just to do it.
Right.
There's somewhere out there's a 15-second audio of us failing to start this very episode. Which, for at least whenever I'm on, that's most of the episodes. There's at
Right.
least a 6-second clip of us failing to start
Yes.
because I was like, I got him.
It's tradition.
Yeah,
trying to
no,
have
and I'm
a-
going to continue trying.
Yeah. But in true form, we are recording this at
an hour that is
later
than
appropriate
9 p.m.
Standard hours of operation.
Standard hours of
Those
9,
of which no one will ever know.
9 p.m. or later.
There was a point in time where we were doing better.
We had a good
we had a
record.
good track record.
Not
that.
for
We were-
long, though.
But not for long, no.
That's not. I'm a night shift. That's not his work.
Yeah, no.
We're nocturnal in these parts.
But anyways.
Nocturnal and a carnivore. I've got a lot of things.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, because you can't have
That's what
you
people.
can't have
That's
leafy
what
greens.
my coworkers call me a carnivore. Yeah, like
I
they like
see.
unironically are like, oh yeah, like you're on the. It's like no, not necessarily.
He's a meat eater.
But I mean, if that makes it easier for you guys to understand, then yeah, I'm a carnivore. Yeah,
Right, is what it is.
yeah.
Anyways, on this episode, we watched Good Will Hunting, and I have been waiting to watch this movie for a long time.
Yes.
I've never seen this movie.
This is one of the ones I was saving specifically for when both of you would be
Oh,
available.
yeah.
Because I definitely wanted both of you to see this one.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it. It's I'll describe it in 3 words: Good Will Hunting.
There you go.
And I will also say it's a 10 out of 10, and this is probably the best movie I've ever seen.
Damn.
This is probably the best movie I've ever seen.
Wow.
Is Top's Breakfast Club for you?
It's I think this beats Breakfast Club, even though I really like Breakfast Club. The only thing is, like, a couple other movies we watched, you know, like Dead
Godzilla
Poets,
Final Wars, I know.
like-
It's hard to,
like Dead
Hard act
Poets.
to
I was gonna
follow.
say Dead Poets Society, but yeah, a couple other movies they're good, but this one this may be the best movie I've ever seen. Honestly,
Really?
it was the
Wow.
perfect mix of just about everything. Just about everything. Like,
Yeah.
even the ending was great. It's fantastic. It was probably the best movie I've ever seen.
The writing in this movie was so well done.
Yeah.
This is a prime example of like good writing in a film. I feel like the dialogue felt authentic.
I
It
feel
felt real.
I feel like I said this about every Robin Williams movie, but like they're all just that's it.
It's
Oh,
a 10
yeah,
hitter
yeah,
each
yeah.
time.
Actually, no. I think even above Dead Poets Society is Good Morning Vietnam.
Good. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Patch Adams.
Patch Adams. I was
That
trying to think of
was
that. I was like, that's the phrase, but that's not the name of the movie. Yeah, Good Morning Vietnam. That was it. Patch Adams, very good. Also very good. So, just everything Robin Williams is in, he plays like the.
Those are
perfect-
2 separate movies, right?
Yeah.
That's what.
Good
Yeah.
Morning Vietnam, Patch Adams,
Oh.
Dead Poets Society.
Right.
So that was actually the name of that movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, Good Morning Vietnam is the name of the movie. Still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Pat. They're all. Everything that he's in is at least a freaking 9 out of 10, and this one is for me the absolute best.
Oh yeah.
Next on the list is Hook.
Oh, Hook. Oh, I forgot about Hook.
Probably not back to
More.
back, but that is on the list. For
That's
sure.
a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
Google's Hook.
It's
a
like
live
a
action Peter Pan.
yeah, right.
Oh,
but the
okay.
good one.
Yeah, but a good one. Yes. I mean, obviously, you can't have Robin Williams in a movie without it being like
Oh yeah. No,
heartwarming.
I did know about this. I just haven't seen it.
Right.
Mhm.
Heartwarming and funny, but also like heart wrenching all at the same time. It's just
Yeah.
it checks all the boxes, and this movie does a great job. I knew the like the kind of the loose premise of it, that it's like a kid and, you know, Robin Williams as like a psychiatrist.
Mm.
So I knew that, and that was about it. I didn't know anything else about the movie,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
This was
I
wonderful.
straight up just didn't know a thing. It was just, oh, this is another movie I have to watch, and
Right.
it's which
Obviously
I guess is the best way
this-
to go into it because again, best movie freaking ever.
Mm-hmm.
This movie gets very highly regarded amongst a lot of people,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know, a lot of actors, and I think filmmakers as well, for a lot of reasons. Because like, even though the version we watched, I think the DVD we had was a little bit
It's
weird
like
because
the
it was like
regular
super
DVD.
cropped, but like
it's made for like lower resolution.
Right.
screens.
Yeah, no, we
But,
had we were using I think 40% of the TV that we had.
Yeah.
we didn't even. There was so much. There was as much black screen on the side as there was movie.
from what I've heard is like, when watched properly, like the cinematography really is good, like the color of the film, but as well as the dialogue, and that is one thing that I can say. I understand as like working with actors why they have loved this film so much, because the dialogue feels so natural.
Mhm.
It doesn't feel artificial, or obviously all the actors are really good, so they're doing a great performance, but there's also like what feels like very real dialogue being said.
Yeah.
So it just feels natural throughout the board. Like it feels like you're just like a fly on the wall on some of these like very, very well performed conversations that are being had, and it's
Mhm.
super good. And
Yeah.
I loved this movie a lot.
It's good stuff.
The beginning part of it, like I know that they're obviously from Boston, and they have like the accent, they have the kind of like the, you know, the macho, the swagger that they kind of do in like
Right.
Boston in the 90s. So like the first part of the film, I was kind of like, I'm just not really digging the vibe right now of this film. But like once we started getting into the meat of the film, where like, you know, the Robin Williams comes in and we start talking about like what, you know, the progression of Will Hunting's character, you know,
Yeah.
and what all that means. I think it does a great job.
Yeah, I think that it was it was hilarious, but it was also just
Oh, yeah.
it was not only is it a hilarious movie, but like it tells a story and it's relatable, and I don't even know where to start. It was just
Yeah.
It's more of an experience than a movie.
There you
when
go.
you sit back and you watch it and you're just
Yeah.
you're interested right from the beginning because you
Guys will see this and say, "Damn."
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell
Dudes
yeah.
will see this and just think, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, no, it's just, it really, yeah, to me, it actually just caught me right from the beginning. I enjoyed the concept and there's a proof, it's really hard or whatever, and the for your janitor solving it. I was like, okay,
Right.
I see where this is going, and I didn't see where it was going. But at the same time, like, it was just, it had me interested right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Anybody get a favorite scene?
Oh man, I mean, it's hard to not pick out the core scenes that this film is known for.
Yeah.
The first bench scene with both of their characters, and Robin Williams is just like hitting them with like, "You're just a kid. You may know all the you may know all of the knowledge and the books and all that kind of stuff, but like you don't know what the Sistine Chapel smells like.
Mm-hmm.
You may talk about sonnets and love stories and Shakespeare and all that kind of stuff, but like you ain't never loved a woman. Like you ain't never like woken up next to a woman and like really fallen in love with somebody." And it was like that whole scene right there. I was like, damn, he's just roasting this guy. And of course he walks away and is like, "Your move, kid." And it's like, "Your move, chief."
I like that his next move though is even better, where they just spend their entire hour not talking.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What? He didn't say anything? You were in there for an hour. How come he didn't say anything?" And Robin Williams was like, to prove to me that he doesn't have to say anything if he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And he did. So we'll meet with him next time. And I was like,
Right. And he was
"Dang,
like,
now that's mind game therapy
Yeah.
right there."
Well,
Like,
because
no,
after that-
you don't have to say anything.
Right.
Like,
Because then he even says that after, like in that same sentence right there, he's like, "So you're not going to talk?" And he's like, no, I can't. He has to be the one that says the first move. He has to be the one that says the first things. And I was like, okay. And that's exactly what happens.
I thought he said that he can. He's like,
Well, he does.
He was like, I could say something, but
Right.
I want him to start it. You know,
Right.
But yeah, I also I like the plane joke. That was good. The next, because we're on these scenes. The next scene, right? He breaks the silence by telling a joke, and he's like, "Yeah, I was on a plane," and he does the normal, "We're flying at 35,000." He puts the headset down. He forgets to mute it, and so then the captain says, "I could really go for a blowjob and a coffee." And then one of the flight attendants sprints up there to tell him to mute his mic. And then some other passenger on the flight said, "Well, don't forget the coffee."
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, that was probably the funniest joke ever. And then right
Yeah.
after it, Robin Williams is like, "You never been on a plane before. You never left Brooklyn." And he's like, "Well, yeah, but I can tell the
Boston.
story." He's like, "It's a yes, sir, yeah, Boston,
It's
not
better
Brooklyn."
if I could tell it.
He's like, yeah, like, well, it's a joke. I can tell a joke, right? And he's like, it moved so well from the hilarious joke right into them just being characters and playing their chess match again.
Yeah.
It was honestly probably the best scene in the movie.
It's good stuff.
And it's things like that too, where like he opens up a little bit for him, and then of course, Sean, the Robin Williams character Sean McGuire opens up immediately afterwards by like opening up a bit about himself and like sharing about his wife and the kind of I think he says the idiosyncrasies of like the relationship. And,
I didn't know if
little
it was
things.
that scene or not. I was going to mention that too.
It was directly afterwards because like right after he tells the joke, he then like opens up and is like, that's kind of like how he's telling a bit about his life and of course opening up and
Yeah,
having a little shared bond.
I liked that scene because they're talking about regret and all that, and he's like, I don't regret any of these things, and he starts talking about like all the weird things, and I like that scene because the laughter like was genuine between the two of them. Where he's like, yeah, like she used to fart in her sleep, and she woke up herself and woke up the dog, and then I took the blame for it because I just didn't have the heart to tell her.
Right.
And right after that scene when they're both laughing, and he's like, so no, I don't regret that. You see, that's the things that we're not perfect, and that's the things that I remember. I remember the weird things, not the perfect. He's like, you're never gonna find somebody who's perfect. It was such a like a left hook, right? Like he kept going back and forth from like cracking jokes to being like getting serious again.
Oh yeah.
And it was such.
I
such
also
a good scene.
the Robin Williams does such a great job of portraying how real Sean's character is. Like he is not above feeling his own emotions. There's a few times where Matt Damon's character Will says some unhinged shit.
Yeah.
Throws some right hooks at him and says some like mean stuff about it, like his wife that passed away.
Most of the time,
And-
he's ducking these things left and right. As soon as it gets to his wife, he's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
watch it."
Well, but there's and there's a couple of times where a couple of those comments really stick with him and really it really affect him in a way, and the character shows that. Robin Williams' performance shows that it's like he's not immune to the comments about that, because I think he said that he was with his wife for what was it, like 15, 18 years, something like that. They've been together for a long time, and she has only been gone for 2 years. So you can only imagine that's still fresh, especially passing away from something like cancer, where he said the last few years of her life was really tough. So it's this is still a fresh wound for him, and so and his performance just shows that this kid, this cocky kid comes up in here and starts mouthing off and saying some shit about his wife, and it's ooh, and you can see his character goes from being confident and being the psychiatrist in the room to kind of shutting down a little bit and flipping a switch, and is all right, if you want to play by street rules, we can do that.
Right.
Is what it kind of comes across.
It didn't seem
as.
to me. It didn't seem like he was that he shut down. I think that to me, it still flowed just fine.
It does.
To me, it felt
right.
like he never was pretending. That that's why it felt like he was such a good psychiatrist or whatever. In the
Right,
movie,
right.
he never pretends, never does anything. So whenever whenever Will talks shit, he's like, "Oh, I don't want to go there."
Right.
And then whenever he keeps talking shit, you hear whoo, and then before he finishes the next line, he's already got him choking him against the wall. And it was he never even slowed down. To me, it felt like it was just smooth, and I love that.
I mean in later conversations, and I'm not saying shut down isn't his whole character shuts down. I mean as there is this a little more put together side, and then his Southie Boston kind of comes out whenever some jabs are being thrown. All of a sudden the conversation shifts a little bit. He's all right, you want to start playing around? Well, we can start throwing some words around, is what it comes across as. Like I said, I don't know, that's what it felt like for me. At least the little professional side of him just kind of got rubbed away. Started throwing some jabs and saying some shit. All of a sudden, I was okay, well, we can go. Let's do it. But it was, it's a great performance all around. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Describe the movie in 3 words. No, not Good Will Hunting.
Well, yeah, you already said that, doofus.
No, well, it didn't go anyway.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Who was your favorite character? It doesn't really work. There's it's 4 characters. Who was your favorite character? You know what? Morgan.
I'm gonna go with Chucky.
I think Morgan was probably my favorite. Everyone's trying to get. Are you better not be jerking off in my mom's bedroom, my kid Morgan. I think he's probably my favorite character.
Yeah. It's just sad.
It's just sad. Yeah. Was there a VCR somewhere else in the house? Oh, it's just sad. Man. Oh man.
Yeah. Chucky is Chucky and the gang.
Yeah.
Those
ride
or die motherfuckers that you always want to have in your corner.
I like the line when he's like. He's like, you missed the game. You missed the game to talk to a girl, and he's like, well, I didn't know he was gonna hit a home run. I didn't know that when I missed the game.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No one's got 3 words to it.
Robin Williams is my favorite character in the whole film. He is technically not the lead actor, so I feel like I can do that.
Okay,
but between Matt Damon and Robin Williams' performance, they did a great job with both of them, and it was a wonderful job.
Shout out to Skylar too for being an example of isn't that fucking sad? Holy shit! Just the whole scene where she asks him to come to California with her.
Oh yes,
and he starts to break down,
yes.
and oh my god,
that's hard.
That was well done. That whole scene, their relationship, the whole scene was so well done.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. I really thought that Glass was gonna be more of a villain than he was, and so actually I would like to shout out his character, the assistant to the teacher or whatever. Glass is.
Right.
They made it seem like he was gonna be a villain, and clearly he's jealous. Definitely his character is there, but he's such an he says 2 lines in the whole freaking movie, but his role is still so clear and so well done. In that one scene where he's finally like, I hope you realize how much he enjoys working with you and everything, and how much he's putting on the line for you. Just telling it, just kind of just being it being still kind of respectful, but still he's clearly jealous of what's going on. Actually his character was fantastic. Such a small role, but just paying attention to him in the background of all those scenes is just actually insane.
Yeah,
there's just the attention to detail of all the people and the way they were acting was amazing.
That character's name was Tom, by the way.
So you don't even know his name. It's just, like it's just I loved it. His portrayal was like perfect.
It was great.
And Skylar was just well done too.
Yeah. The monologue between the two of them, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
The whole conversation about going to California, that was hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even before then, it was such a good. It was just they had a good dynamic, and it was really well done.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And like that scene was a big deal, but I also just like, and you kind of know it's coming too, I guess, because like he says he has 12 brothers or whatever,
Right.
and and she's on to him like right when he says it too. But like it's I really like that. That was well done.
Yeah,
they both were great actors. They portrayed it really well.
Yeah. That was. There's a handful of conversations in this film that really hit you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the one that I'm also thinking about as well is like towards the very end, whenever like Sean really makes a breakthrough. You know, the whole like the dialogue of like it's not your fault, and it's dude, there's like a whole.
I really like that he's like, no, frick you, not you too. Don't do this. He said, don't frick with me.
Like the whole sequence that leads up to it too, where like both like Professor Lambo or whatever, and
I can go.
Like, they're having this whole
line in the movie.
This whole altercation, all that kind of stuff, and he comes walking in the middle of all this,
and he clearly hears them talking about him.
Yeah,
and he opens the door and he's. I can go.
I can
like, freaking, that was probably the best line. It was well done.
But yeah, what Ethan's referring to is like there's a moment when Robin Williams' character Sean is like looking at him and is like he after that like talking about his file and how it's like he's had like an abusive childhood and you know being in a foster home and of course being abused and all that and you know having a little bit of a shared trauma with like you know Sean's father being an aggressive drunk and he would provoke him to hit him instead of his mother and younger brother and it's like oof, so like there is like a shared bond in a way and then that was the connection. That was the only thing that he really needed. He was like, it's not your fault, man.
Yeah.
And then of course Will's like, yeah, I know. And he's like, no, it's
no, you don't.
It's not your fault. Man.
I don't think you realize. Yeah.
It's not your fault. And he keeps repeating it, and of course, like the kind of cocky attitude is like, yeah, I know, yeah. Until like eventually, like he steps in real close and he's like, look at me. It's not your fault. And then, of course, before you know it, like it hits a little bit harder and he says it one more time. And then, of course, like a tear falls from his eye. He's like, don't you frick with me, man. And it was like, oh, dude. And it's like, uh-oh. And there we go. And then that's all I needed. And, of course, he continues to say it until like there's this like wonderful, like this bonding moment between the two of them. And that was
I like the scene just before that, though, where he's like, yeah, he was saying he's an aggressive drunk, and Will's like, yeah, my dad would just put a stick, a belt, and a wrench on the table, and he would say, pick one. And Robin Williams said, if it were me, I guess I'd pick the belt, huh? And he said, no, I picked the wrench. And Robin Williams said, why'd you do that? And he said, because frick him. And that says so much about his character. I just love that. In that one scene, he's like, no, like it didn't matter if it was like he's so hard-headed, even whenever he was younger and being abused, he was still like, and and especially where the scene goes right after, it just says a lot about his character and how like not only hard-headed he is, but like how much he's been through and how he faces adversity in his life. And it's like, even though he had to get over all this, like he's still really like it's really headstrong inside. I think that says a lot about his character and why it was so hard to get through to him. But once you do, like, that was a really good scene altogether.
One of my favorite exchanges whenever he says he wants to be a shepherd.
Right. Yeah.
And he's walking out, he's like, fuck you. And he's just like, Sean's like, you're the shepherd.
You're the shepherd. Oh, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was he threw on the gauntlet with that one. Like, well, then you can get out if you're not going to answer the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great movie. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I would say full contact therapy is my 3 words.
Full contact therapy. Wow, that's
you got put in a chokehold.
Right. Yeah,
not even a chokehold. Just got grabbed by the throat.
That's good. I don't even know what I would say for my 3 words.
Might be armchair Skyrocket mathematics.
Skyrocket mathematics.
Do I really want to sit around explaining shit to people for my whole life? This is boring to me. I thought that was hardcore.
Do you know how easy this is? This is a fucking joke.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, whenever he got his chief negotiator in the meeting, and he's just trying to extort money from this
Retainer.
Retainer.
Oh yeah.
That was such a good.
Jesus.
Oh man, $200 would really help your kid.
In my back pocket right now.
Oh man. Well, I didn't say that.
Right. You know what you are? Suspect.
The aforementioned attorney.
Right. After what you tried to pull. Oh.
Oh man.
I don't know what I would say. I feel like I have
Retain.
I was gonna say abuse algorithm or like abuse equations, but I can't think of a
Chaos.
Trauma.
Chaos math.
chaos math. Yeah,
The chaos math was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh god,
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
super string theory, chaos math. You're just making words
It's like you're the NSA. You don't work
Yeah.
with that shit.
Super like what the. I legitimately, I heard that I was like, yeah, no, he's just making shit up.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking chaos math.
Chaos math. That's his final move.
What is it? Extra long division?
Yeah. I also like that.
Mild division?
I like that he said while on the job, the construction job, he's like, because somebody's sitting around doing long division at a desk for 20 years, as if he's at that level of math, right? That's what they do is long division. Like,
Jesus.
you're doing shit that's its own language at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
You're dealing with math from a different dimension.
yeah, right. You're in fifth dimensional chess right now.
Chaos
You're like,
math.
haha, like chaos math. Haha, wow, long division. Like, I wish it was that easy to me, man. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Oh man, Dracula Flow. You guys have seen Dracula.
Treasure.
You guys have seen Dracula Flow, right?
Yeah.
No.
No? Oh man,
I don't think so.
Dracula Flow. It's an old guy dressed like Dracula. Well, I think actually at this point he is just Dracula.
Oh
He might
yes,
as well.
I
Yeah,
have.
and he's
yeah,
just-
yeah.
and he
I
just
never knew
said,
the name of it.
This shit ain't nothing to me. I was flipping bricks for Mansa Musa before you were a Type 1 civilization.
Yeah.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Yeah, no, it's...
He's the one that says "I am him" or whatever.
yeah, I'm him. I'm the himulation.
Oh God.
The himulation. Oh my God.
You must have amnesia because they forgot that I'm him.
I have some fun facts for this movie if you would indulge
yeah?
me.
I prefer my facts not to be fun.
Well,
The-
get ready.
The
boring
script
fact.
started with a playwright class, like a playwriting class. Famously, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon wrote the script together, but it was not always a project for both of them. In fact, Good Will Hunting was originally just Matt Damon's project. Also, it wasn't so much as a quote-unquote project as a school assignment. Matt Damon had to write a play for his playwright class at Harvard, but instead turned out a 40-page script.
Damn.
After that,
Fucking overachiever.
Matt and Ben, or Matt Damon brought Ben Affleck on board to help him flesh out the rest of the nuances of and all that kind of stuff. And they finished the first version of the script in 1994, which then kind of turned out to be the later parts of the film. I had no idea about that. That's really great.
Pretty cool.
And it says the original idea was actually kind of different. The film, as we know it, is an emotional drama about a troubled math genius who works.
Troubled youth.
Yeah. Who has his life changed, blah, 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 blah.
And this old fucking glasses talks to him.
This is quite different from the original version of the movie. Affleck and Damon originally wrote a thriller. It was about a genius from South Boston, but it primarily focused on him being aggressively recruited by the government.
Damn.
I mean, they sure were a good chaos math. They sure were
Yeah.
aggressively trying.
Mm-hmm. Trying to put him in the chaos math mines.
Yeah.
The mines. A 12 hours shift at the chaos math factory.
Where they make me solve chaos math equations.
For 12 hours.
That's crazy. a few different directors were considered. Affleck and Damon were down to write and to act, but they weren't up for directing as well. A couple of the early names banded talked about for it were Mel Gibson, Michael Mann. There was also Kevin Smith potentially. They landed on Gus Van Sant, who was the actual director of the film.
Van Sant.
Sick name.
Yeah.
But
Gus
why doesn't he
Van
just Van
Sant.
Zan?
So yeah,
Chaos math.
chaos math.
Wait a second. You were able to import the sounds from the soundboard, right?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Damn.
I was gonna.
Could have sworn I
I was
remember you
gonna-
talking about it.
I was gonna hit so many buttons all at once.
You said the word of the day.
Yay!
Yay.
The word
And
of
the
the-
crowd goes wild. Yay.
The word of the day is chaos math.
I mean, sure.
The movie was a huge financial success. Part of the reason why both Ben Affleck and Matt Damon were able to become such big stars after Good Will Hunting is that the movie was a massive success. It was made, oh my gosh,
What?
it was made for only $10 million, which is a again, this is 1997. So even then, like, that's a small budget for a film.
How much did it make?
$10 million, but it brought in $225 million worldwide.
Nice.
Not bad.
So
Yeah,
it
big money.
A
yeah.
fair return.
fair return is an understatement.
Have you heard
Sorry,
of Ted Kaczynski?
supermassive
Unabomber?
Omega
Yeah,
return.
I'm just saying, no, like, you take your profit, you talk about turning a profit by 200% or 20% or whatever it is. That's crazy.
Ever heard of Ted Kaczynski? Unabomber. also fantastic.
Have you heard of Jerry Lambo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unabomber. Checkmate. It was just such a
Right.
good move.
Get fucked,
All right.
Kupo.
Wow.
That one. The people aren't gonna get that one, Kupo.
If they don't, they're fucking losers, Kupo.
I'm-
Okay.
It says
Okay,
that
Kupo.
that's an inside joke still. I just feel like
I don't give a shit, Kupo.
okay.
no, I'm pretty sure any Final Fantasy
but
slash.
No, they know what that like.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
Final
yeah.
Fantasy.
Right.
What I'm saying is that us swearing and saying Kupo after is an inside joke.
Oh, yeah,
I was
you're
like,
right.
I
That
think you're a
one's
little
for
bitch,
us.
Kupo. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
definitely an
Right,
inside.
right,
You
right.
should have made some more money, Kupo.
Yeah.
You say Kupo like it's a slur.
Kupo.
Oh my god.
Freaking Kupo.
Yeah, wow. You're not a big Kupo over here.
Fuck you, Kupo.
Yeah, noir. Oh man.
Those drug-addled weasel swits that call themselves Dunmere.
Dunmer. It says that
Damn, Naravar, these noirs really be spitting out here.
Dang, and while the skooma really cuts the mustard.
I always forget to use cuts the mustard more in my
cuts
my
the
day-to-day.
mustard.
I'm gonna use that at work next year.
This
Oh,
shit
man.
really cuts
Yeah,
the mustard.
This shift's really cutting the mustard.
People are going to look at you like, what?
Honestly, they
What did
probably
you just
won't.
say?
It says that there was some improv in the film also. It probably is not surprising that
Oh,
Robin
yeah.
Williams
He's
improvised
the
a
master.
line or two. His whole thing was stream of consciousness, like riffing and stuff like that. However, you might be surprised to find out that Casey Affleck, the guy who played Morgan, improvised most of his dialogue as well.
Really?
That checks out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That actually checks
That's
out.
awesome.
It sounds like he did.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's just asking questions in the middle of a story he should know about.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so funny.
That's crazy. The movie popularized but did not coin "How do you like them apples?"
Yeah.
Perhaps the quintessential line from Good Will Hunting is when Will taunts a Harvard student with "How do you like them apples?"
Mhm.
People who often say that line with a fake Boston accent and everything, for many, this was the first time they heard that line, and it's actually an old phrase. In fact, it even is used in another notable movie called Chinatown.
Wow.
I'm saying I knew that was an old phrase. I never.
Yeah.
I didn't
Right. But I think that many people in
Had just never been exposed to
My-
them apples before.
right. I think in my age range and younger potentially.
My laryngitis is acting up. I need to see a doctor, please. Them apples? No.
No. What was that fake disease or the pseudo fake disease?
Laryngitis?
No.
laryngitis is a real.
No,
it's
I'm talking
not a
like
disease, but
My lumbago is
Lumbago.
my lumbago is acting up.
Slow and painful death, my brother.
lumbago's back pain.
Lumbago?
Yeah, lumbago. That just means lower back pain. That's what that means.
Well, in the
It's used as a
cowboy
joke
times, they
In Red Dead
apparently do.
Redemption, there's a character who uses it as a crutch for like
He used it as
everything.
an excuse. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that just means back pain. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's lower back pain.
One line is
I think the root word is
obscure
lumbar.
Terminal lumbago.
Yeah, terminal back pain. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like being a tummy ache survivor. I would know.
It says one line is an obscure reference, while in the bar Morgan says, "I swallowed a bug."
I love that
It's a weird line within the context of the film, but does not make sense as a throwaway joke line. It actually is a reference to a line from another movie. Well, I guess it says line is the wrong word in the documentary Hearts of Darkness, which tells the tale of the fraught production of Apocalypse Now. There is a moment where Marlon Brando is doing a scene.
I feel
and
like
it
he
breaks
just said I swallowed a
character,
bug and walked away.
It says I swallowed. Yeah, I don't know if I mean that's probably.
I don't think it's an obscure reference. I think that
Maybe,
he was
but-
like, I swallowed a bug and walked away.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, you
right.
guys are really crutching. Whatever this website is,
Yeah, I think
nerds.
They're fishing here.
I swallowed a bug.
That's crazy.
Or it just walks off.
I said I swallowed a bug and then tried to quickly take the headphones off and walk away.
Man.
Yeah.
So.
It makes this movie
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think I just had a stroke.
I think you swallowed a bug.
I swallowed
Chucky. It says that.
I was saying, this movie makes me want to have a therapist. I know that
Chucky-
they're never that cool.
Chucky almost didn't make it.
Are you
It
serious?
says at the end of the film Good Will Hunting, Ben Affleck's character Chucky is happy to find that Will has left South Boston to chase after Skylar and go out and to get out of the town. Early on, there was a possibility that Chucky wouldn't be around at all in the film's conclusion. In conclusion, the director had pitched that Chucky would die in a construction accident in the movie. Affleck and Damon weren't fans of the idea, but rewrote the script to include Chucky's death.
I think that it was. I think that was
Then
interesting.
Realized that it
ending.
was indeed not a good idea, and so they nixed it all together. So
I think it was interesting that how that was work because you can't really tell at first if he's happy or not. He's like he didn't answer the door, and it's almost like it's written on his face.
I think it's
like,
bittersweet.
Did I want him to say goodbye? Is this because I told him that I wanted that?
Yeah.
And he's sitting there, and then like he stops, frowns, and then smirks again, and then he goes straight face, and then he kind of smiles again, and then he gets.
Yeah.
It's like it's definitely he's like doesn't know how to feel for a bit. I think that. I don't know whether it was intentional for the acting or not. It was whether it was just natural. He does a great job of this like I don't know how I feel at first, but then eventually he settles on like, no, this is a good thing. It's good
Right,
for him.
for the
I'm
best.
happy for him. And he knew this is kind of what I wanted. Like it, and there we go. He's happy again. But
wow,
there was a lot of moments there.
I didn't know this. It says that the bench became kind of a shrine to Robin Williams. It says, with the untimely death and heartbreaking loss of Robin Williams, in the wake of his passing, many fans flocked to the bench in Boston Public Garden that he and Matt Damon sit on in the film, and is also the movie's poster. It became a bit of a temporary shrine to Robin Williams for fans who wanted to pay homage to the beloved actor.
Damn.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
I'd go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least once. It looked like a beautiful park.
That's a great scene in that movie, too.
Uh-huh.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Fun time. Fun. What a great movie.
Yeah.
if you haven't had the opportunity to watch this movie, I would 100% recommend it.
Anybody else would tell you the same. You're stupid if you don't listen.
I have been putting off watching this movie because I know I've wanted to watch it for this show, but we've never gotten around to it because obviously there is an endless supply of films and movies and TV shows and anime that we've watched for this show. That's the whole reason why we started it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I knew we'd get here eventually. Another one that I want to watch that I haven't had the chance to, but I've heard is in the same echelon of movies is The Shawshank Redemption.
Ooh.
Heard that's a big one. It's in the same kind of scope as that. There's a whole bunch of other ones that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Well, we've gotten a few of them out the way.
Yeah. We can check off the list.
Pulp Fiction was on there, like Kill Bill, like all these like big movies like that. Now Good Will Hunting, Dead Poet Society.
Oh yeah,
you know all these other big ones we've gotten.
All the heavy hitters.
All the heavy hitters. You know what we do need to do another show for that we haven't done since the great loss of whatever year that was. It happened is another Blade Runner episode.
Oh my God, you're
and
right.
to be honest, I kind of want to parallel that with the new one because I really want to watch the new one.
I totally forgot that we straight up lost like a 3 hours worth of time on Blade Runner. Yeah.
We still have the name for that episode set aside.
Knife Sprinter?
Knife Sprinter. That's what we're going to call that one.
How did I...
Yeah, you just knew that.
How did I remember that? But then I look at a list of the names, like a quarter of which I picked, and I'm still like, no clue, bro.
You want to know why you remember that one? It's because of the trauma that was inflicted upon us.
I don't know. I think you guys were affected more than I was. I was just like, I guess we have to watch it again. It's probably a good thing for me.
Before. I just wanted to...
But the problem is for me, it's like I didn't write as much stuff down. I didn't have as much to say as I wanted to on that episode. So I was like, it's actually probably a good thing that we have to watch it again, just for me to actually, because I couldn't think of what to say about it. I was kind of torn. So I was like, maybe it's a good thing I have to watch it again.
Yeah, I got to remember that.
Yeah. So
it was a good movie. I liked it, but I've heard that like also. Oh, another thing too. I have really been wanting to watch the new Dune movie.
Yeah.
But I feel like, am I allowed to watch the new Dune movie without seeing the original, like, 1970s film or whatever?
I mean, we should probably watch the original at the very least.
Okay.
I want to say, they're both based on a novel, so it's...
Right.
Maybe we should just read the book.
Yeah, that too.
I've been recommended to read the book, but I have like 4 books on the list right now, and I'm not really reading, so...
They got the whole, at the Barnes & Noble, they have, like, the whole book series with, like, the cool artwork on it. Super cool, and I wanted to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
not
told.
a bad idea.
But I'm still going through J.R.R. Tolkien stuff, so I feel like I can't pick up that right now.
Yeah, that's gonna take for a bit.
Right. But it's more so I'm not reading like the heavy hitters. I'm reading the Children of Hurin and Baron and Luthien. So like more digestible novels, but still part of like the greater history.
Nothing like the Silmarillion.
Yeah. Let me crack open the unfinished tales of J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, let me crack open what's basically just the Bible. It's just the Bible.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. But anyways, so I definitely considered getting the whole thing. But the thing is, like there is a sequel movie coming out to Dune.
Oh.
Coming out pretty soon.
Dune 2, Dune Boogaloo.
Yeah,
Dune-er.
Dune 2, Duner.
So, but anyway, so they're I don't know if they're gonna try and do a trilogy. I don't know if they're gonna do a whole cinematic universe. I don't know what the plan is, but I know I think they have a couple of them lined up, and the second one's coming out.
Duneverse.
The Duneverse. Yeah. So, anyways, I would like to watch them, but I also don't know really anything about the Dune universe.
Yeah,
I know there's sandworms. I know there's I know
not a big
drugs.
Dune guy.
I know that the
skooma really cuts the mustard.
Yeah, it's all about skooma in that it's all about drugs. Or spice. I think it's called spice.
No, the skooma really.
The spice trade. This moon sugar really does it for me.
Damn, Noah, this skooma really cuts the mustard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what skooma is?
A drug.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
It's mainly
associated with Khajiit.
Yeah.
Haven't you played? Yeah, you know these things.
Khajiit trade in moon sugar, and moon sugar is what is
moon sugar was my name in high school.
Yeah, what you make.
Skooma was my name in high school.
But you got to think of it kind of like moonshine. It's like super strong drugs.
Yeah,
and you drink it, and you go like,
holy
shit. Yeah.
Bitches call me moon sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
My girl calls me skooma. The way I be making her trip.
Damn.
She be mooning on my sugar till I skooma.
And wah.
Wow.
All right, dig out there.
What is that channel you
I'm
showed
a
me?
god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence.
Yeah.
You took 7 damn. I'm fucking dead.
What is that?
Blade of Omegon.
Blade
on
of
YouTube.
Omegon.
Mm-hmm.
Procura.
Procure a fine wares.
Yeah, please. I would like filet of fish.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that. What is the deal with this gilly man?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, I love that. Oh gosh,
What does this creature want of me, Gilliman?
if you haven't heard of that YouTube channel, I would definitely go look it up for a good. I mean,
That's fine.
I don't like AI. I don't like AI when it comes to like all the like the throwaway like search engine stuff you can do, or like a lot of like the like super generative stuff, because it feels, I don't know, it just feels like it's in, I don't know, I don't like it. It makes it feel gross. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But there is a subsection of AI that I do like, and it's things like the like Spotify AI that can like recommend songs that I think are I haven't heard in a while, or that like are from bands I never even heard of before. Like it's that kind of stuff with AI.
Yeah, the Spotify AI just keeps picking We Came as Romans, even though it knows that I don't like them because I keep saying
gosh.
no. Like I think I have one.
Like, are you sure?
Yeah, no, I think I have one.
Give
We
it a
Came as,
shot.
I have one We Came as Romans song in my liked music, and I know that it's similar to what I listen to.
Yeah.
So it keeps recommending it, and I'm like, no, I don't
That's
like
the
these
only
songs.
one I like. It's the
Yeah,
exception, not the rule.
Exactly, and it's like, oh, you want to listen to this one? I recommended it twice now, and you've skipped it both times. Like, Chief,
Yeah,
I'm not
take
feeling
a
it.
hint.
This
bitch.
ain't it,
Yeah.
man.
I've,
sorry to all
respectfully-
my We Came as Romans fans, but there's like
Right,
there's like
right.
2 songs I like from them, and it keeps picking all the ones I don't like and recommending it.
I found out the hard way that like Spotify's shuffle is not good.
Oh, it's dog.
Whenever I had like a whole, I had
Even
a
with the
whole
smart
like
shuffle
rock,
on it, it's
I had a
dog.
whole rock list that I like really loved, and I very quickly took off all the Memphis Mayfire like songs because like it would always play them no matter where I was in the list. I would pick a random song, hit shuffle, and then it would always revert to the same
it would finish
3
your song, and it
songs.
would- yeah.
And I was like, bro, I can't.
I use
can't-
that next button a lot because I'm like, I listened to
Yeah.
this one 2 hours ago.
Can't do that.
Right.
Anyways,
something
the
else.
reason I'm saying it is like is that YouTube channel uses the AI voice of like someone is talking into a microphone, but it's like
Like
it's
the deep
it's
fake voices.
the
yeah.
deep fake voices, and they're doing it over these like kind of like clip art versions of the characters
Right,
over this video.
JPEGs.
And bro, it is so funny. The guy who is writing this dialogue, I mean, has got
Yeah.
the
I like
timing
the-
down.
I like
He got
the-
the genius idea to
Love
put
it.
the Master Chief,
Yes,
Oh
Alduin,
yeah, no, I know you're talking about. I've seen
Yes.
this, yeah.
Dagoth Ur,
I like
and
the ones-
motherfucking oh god, what's his face?
Shattuck. What is like?
No.
The guy from Destiny.
Shax.
Well, no, Shax is the dungeon master, but there's
Yeah.
another one from Skyrim. He's from like the Dawnbreak DLC. I just
Oh,
can't.
Mirak.
No, yeah,
Mirak, yes,
Mirak.
fucking
Oh.
Mirak.
I like
Yeah.
the ones where it's Obama and Donald Trump playing Minecraft.
God.
Those were good. Okay,
man.
we were talking about AI, and yeah, okay, AI is terrible for a lot of reasons, but in the future, comedy will be randomly generated.
Of course.
And I don't know if I was told, I know
surrender, artist. You are
I have-
obsolete.
I've-
Obsolete. Eat these nuts, Tin Man.
I've told Dylan this joke. I've told Dylan this joke before. I don't know if I've told you. So I went on punchline.ai
Uh-oh.
and you put in some words, right? And then it tries to make a punchline. It tries to randomly generate 3 answers for the joke.
All
right.
So I entered, if I had a nickel for every time I fell up the stairs, and it generated these 3 punchlines, and they're all so good. The first one is, I'd probably buy a new house because my house has stairs that go the wrong way. The next one it generated is, if I had a nickel for every time I fell up the stairs, I'd be really freaked out about all these nickels. And my favorite one, if I had a nickel for every time I fell up the stairs, I'd be a rich man with a floor fetish.
God.
I was like,
Wow.
I sat there after generating that, and I was like, no, this is comedy gold. No, this is
The Orpal sus behind the lead.
I was like, this is the Orpal sus behind the lead. I was like, comedy is randomly generated now. So
Oh my
I'll be using that
God.
website for
I
more
mean,
jokes.
with how with how memes work nowadays, I mean, it really doesn't take much. Like you can
have a low res.
Literally, a
I'm talking
9-year-old
like
could have
super-
found those punchlines. Exactly.
Super
You
pixelated
can
image
take-
of a lobster and just put LOBER over it.
yeah,
and
yeah,
it'll make me laugh.
lobber.
No, no contest.
Right, and then boom, meme. It's hilarious. People love it.
Have you guys seen the E sign around here?
No,
Okay, well, there's a sign that all the letters fell off of whenever this place. There's a business locally.
all right.
All the letters fell off it. The sign's like broken. It's an abandoned building, but the only letter that's still on there is E. And every time I drive by it, I always think E.
E.
Every time. That's
my
how much
favorite.
comedy. That's how much it
Yeah.
takes to. And it's like right next to my house.
Yeah.
So I drive by. I'm like E
My
every
favorite,
freaking day.
My favorite sign that I've seen like all fucked up and shit is what is supposed to say Broadway Place, but all the letters except for bro
It just says bro.
blacked out, so it just says bro.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
That's
trust
it.
me. That's funny.
Yeah.
I remember whenever Place was still up, and we always because I would
Oh
drive
my
by
god,
with
it's
you
the
guys.
bro place.
Yeah, I remember driving by
That's where
with
we
you,
belong. We found it.
with you and Chase and being like, "Oh, dude, bro plays."
That's funny.
Oh man.
And now here we are. It's just bro,
Yeah.
bro.
It's all bro now.
There is no place anymore.
There never was a Place.
Now it's just bruh.
Really cuts the mustard.
Nah, man, this shit slices the mayo.
Did you see the
I don't
one?
like that one. I don't like that one.
Did you see the one where it's the one that says U-Haul, but I think they're removing the letters or they're putting up the letters, so it just says UH. And it just says but like, and then of course someone very promptly afterwards put like 3 more H's behind it, so it just goes I saw that and laughed a little too hard at that.
I'm gonna put a nuh up there.
No.
Nuh-uh.
I need to get like letters like that for signs and just go around vandalizing these signs. You know, just have in my car, just have a bunch of letters in there,
Man.
and I just drive around, just changing people's signs.
Yeah.
Comedy gold.
Yep. That's funny.
My favorite part of the movie was whenever he said it's hunting time and then he Goodwill Huntinged all over them.
Yeah, this
No
movie
way.
was full of good and will.
Yeah, it was.
I found it. Oh man. Yeah, no, it's like this is the original. It's but then someone
And they
did
edited the.
they just photoshopped the rest of the H's on.
No, don't do the There you go. The problem is if you make them own thing without us directly referencing that it's a Kingdom Hearts joke, people are going to think that you're just having an orgasm on the podcast. That was a Kingdom Hearts joke in KH1. That's how Sora died. He has
That's the sound.
and we've been joking about it. And the second one, he just screams.
That's so good.
Oh wow!
I
heard you're-
speaking of Kingdom Hearts.
So you're replaying the first one again? You said?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because all my data was on my other computer, and I mean, yeah, I probably could have just transferred it over. You know, I probably could have. I wanted to speed run the game, realized I didn't have
Yeah.
a save, and was like, well, I guess I'll just run the game, and then I'll speed run it after.
Dang.
Right.
And I'm realizing how much fun it is to speed run these bosses and just kick their ass. And things that as a kid were really hard for me, now I'm just like, oh, look at that. Yeah, you're not even allowed to get a move. Oh,
Right.
Look at that. One cycled, you're dead. You couldn't even attack me. Yeah, it's empowering.
I have been. Please, stop me if you've heard this before. But I've been playing a lot of Valheim recently, and I recently the game tells you a little bit, but not a lot. So historically, in the mythos of Norse mythology, Odin has a pet raven named Hugin, and I think Hugin is what he uses to he uses this crow to deliver messages down to the base of Yggdrasil.
Surprisingly, he's pretty small and
Right.
You
There we go. That was it. You had to let him cook.
Anyways, so Hugin will it's like your tutorial guide. So he'll pop up and fly in, and he'll be
he's the Clippy.
he'll literally,
of the world.
He literally goes.
He's Microsoft Clippy.
He is. He
I've
pops
played
in.
20 minutes of this game, and that's so accurate.
Some help.
Yeah.
He's Clippy, hey, Koopo.
Yeah. What's up, dude? And then,
Fair fucking shame you died there, isn't it, Koopo?
yeah. Idiot.
I actually haven't died yet. So
Kupo?
he hasn't. I'm just built different.
One fun thing about the game is whenever you actually pick up your items on your grave, like there's like a gravestone, whenever you touch your gravestone, you pick up all your items. Whenever you do that, you get a buff called Corpse Run, and it reduces your stamina cost by like 50%.
Damn.
So you can like pick up all your shit and then you run, because obviously you're like presumably if you're whenever you die you lose all your equipment and it's all on your grave, so you're just running there butt ass naked, like you grab your stuff and you can turn around and run away so that we don't get killed.
Right.
So it's a little fun.
Just can't pick up stuff by.
Place. But anyways, what I'm saying is like the game teaches you about some stuff, but like not a lot. About like the intricacies of like what some of the items do and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I did a bit of research last night about like how some certain items work that I just wasn't taught about, and I was like, oh shit, that makes sense.
Right, that would have helped me like 5 hours ago.
I got myself this wooden tower shield. It's like a big like Roman type shield, and it has like a crazy like block rate. But I didn't realize that you can't parry with it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, and I started doing research. I was like, so what does parry do? Like the buckler is a smaller shield, doesn't block as much damage, so you, of course, you take more damage, but you can parry with it. So as someone is swinging, you can block at the right time, and of course, you can stagger them. And I was like, that makes so much sense. The tower shield doesn't have parry on it because it's like sacrifice.
It's too fucking huge.
You sacrifice one for the other, and I was
Parry
like, I wish I would have known that.
Yeah.
And there's like a round shield that's like in the middle where you can parry with it. It does block some, but it doesn't. The stagger bonus isn't as much as a buckler is. So I'm like, I did like a little bit of research, and I was like, oh shit. And then I found out that if you time your dodges right, there's iframes apparently. And I was like,
serious?
That's what dodge is for.
I know. Well, I mean, some games like if you dodge, like you still can take damage or whatever. But like with certain enemies, certain bigger enemies specifically, if you dodge just right, you don't get hit. And I was like,
damn.
Even if they like hit
dodge,
even if they hit like right in your direction, if you time your dodge right, you don't get hit at all. And I was like,
go from Royal Guard to Trickster.
Right. I know the thing.
Real Elden Ring shit right there.
Yeah, that's what I was
Which
saying.
I still haven't
like,
played. I need to.
I talk a lot of shit. I talk a lot of shit about Dark Souls, and here I am. Learned about blocking and iframes, and I was like, well,
that's because you talk shit about Dark Souls.
It is,
because if you were a big Dark Souls guy, you'd be like, oh yeah, iframes. They must.
I just talk about
the only thing you'd be saying was, damn, this game has very few iframes.
Right. The thing is for me is like the reason why I say that is because like I have specifically spoken out on this show specifically about like not really liking quote unquote Souls like games, and then of course like I think Valheim is the loosest equivalent of what you would call
it's the closest you get.
But the thing is, like, I think as far as like survival games go, I think Valheim does a great job on multiple fronts. And for me, it may be, I think, one of my most favorite survival games that I've ever played. Yeah. And it just does a lot of things right, and I think it's really good. But we won't get into that. The thing that I like, another thing is, there's a pole arm that I thought was kind of like
a big old stick.
They have the spear, and you can throw the spear, or you can stab with the spear. But I didn't know this, is that the pole arm, it has to be a two-handed weapon, so there's no shield involved with it. Yeah. And I was like, that kind of sucks. And I did more research about it. The secondary attack has a 6x stagger bonus. So if you hit just right with it, you can stagger almost any enemy in the game.
There's no need to block.
And I was like, bruh. So like I walk over there
for pussy, just right click and make sure you
do. That's what I'm saying. I walk over to a troll and swing my shit around, and he's like, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have known this. You're freaking fumbling over here. I'm over here. I was like trying to like shoot him with an arrow. I used to be
afraid of you.
I used to be afraid of you, and now I'm just like poking you in the knees, and you're crying.
Damn,
bitch.
Really cuts the mustard.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm having fun with that. Again, you just do like a little bit of research on a game, and of course, I'm realizing all the intricacies of the.
I still have a stone axe that is +1, and because my axe skill is leveled up,
yeah,
I was able to kill everything in one hit. Yeah, I didn't explore. I've literally not explored yet. I haven't made it. I think I've made it like an hour into this game.
Yeah, it's sticks and rocks.
That's as far as I've gotten.
So what games are you looking forward to, Ethan? Is there anything coming out soon that you...
not coming out.
Way to beat around the bush, Dylan.
Shut up.
Way to beat around the bush.
Yeah, like we're going to be like here for like 4 hours if we start on that topic. No, there's nothing coming out that I'm looking forward to right now.
Relink.
I'm just...
Thursday.
I'm playing... I work, so... I'm playing, replaying Kingdom Hearts, but I'm going to probably start Elden Ring next because I've on my list. That's like next in line.
Yeah.
Cool.
I should say.
I think
should
there might
preface-
be another game coming out. I just don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna keep practicing Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising so that I can kick Dylan's ass at it intermittently.
Dude, I've been going through the arcade runs to get everybody's true ending.
Yeah.
Fighting Lucifer that many fucking times has poisoned my mind.
Uh-oh.
I can't, like, if somebody starts walking at me, I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm either full on like rush down, or I'm gonna turtle and just wait and see what you do.
I'm gonna walk up to you, be like, "Oh, hey, Dylan," give you a hug, and
It's gonna be like
and
that
you're just
moment
gonna be
in
like,
one- I
movement tech, and just like start
Right,
punching.
it's like a
me.
fucking Smash tournament where this dude who's playing as Captain Falcon just walks up to the guy and forward H's and he just fucking kills him. And the commentator is just like, did he just walk up and forward H with nothing else? And that's how bad it gets. It's ridiculous. Fighting games are mind poison. They'll rewire your brain.
What does the forward H look like?
It's just like a forward heavy
Okay.
attack.
That's it.
Like,
He punched him once. That's it.
no,
I
no,
see.
no.
He just-
Like it's a smash attack, I guess is what you
Okay.
call it in the context of Smash Brothers.
Right.
You'll like tilt the joystick a certain way, hold the A button, and they'll like charge up for a bit. And it's like one of the most damaging attacks you can land.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but it's
So he
like
just
it's like
takes-
the easy to dodge one though.
Yeah, you can.
But-
I mean, you can
but-
still dodge him. Like you can evade, no problem.
But he takes one step
There
back.
was- there was-
Kamehameha.
There
Right,
was so
he just
many
wasn't
mind games
expecting
that he
it.
just
Exactly. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Damn, that's funny.
I've already discussed my I think I did on the podcast at least. I've already got my ass kicked as soon as I went online.
Yes, you did. You
Right.
did talk about that.
on the podcast. I know I talked
Oh,
to you
wow.
guys about it, but
Yeah, that's because you fought a level 500 Belial.
yeah, no, I
Oh
got
my
on. I
God,
got no,
why?
I got on.
It
not
wasn't
on
It
purpose.
wasn't by choice.
Yeah, I got on
It's
and I
just
was
what he
like,
matched
"Oh, let's
with.
do ranked." I'm gonna say that I'm new as hell at this game. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm an idiot.
I do remember this.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I selected all of those that I would get put up against other idiots. And the first person I got was a level 500 Belial, who apparently is the same rank as me. And I punched him between the 2 rounds where he beat me both times. I punched him a grand total between these 2 rounds of 1 time.
Oh my God.
One time, I got 1 dash heavy attack as Percival on him. 1 dash heavy, he recovered from it, and then just wiped the floor with me. And then the next match, I didn't even get that 1 attack. He killed me, and I was like,
Damn.
this isn't fair. And then the next match, I got a couple of hits. I still lost, but the next, and yeah, it was. I was like, turns out, I'm not getting matched with people of my skill level.
No, definitely not.
not at all.
I
You
have
just gotta
to
play with me, bro.
I have to clarify that I did say Thursday. If anybody's listening to this episode, whenever it comes out, yesterday is when Relink.
See, I wasn't gonna say anything
Came
because of
out.
spite now, since you were like, "Oh, would it be around the bush?"
no, well, I mean, you know, I just like I could
But
see,
yes, I'm super
I could
excited
see it in
for
his
Relink.
eyes.
Thursday, the
Thursday.
22nd of May. We gotta keep on our toes, bro. They can't know what day we're filming this podcast.
It doesn't matter. But
gotta
what I'm
keep on
saying
our
is
toes.
that like the reason why I was being so I was throwing
I've
jabs.
mentioned it so
He's
often.
mentioned so many, but it was also like, is there any other games that are coming out? And I could see the look in his eyes of like, you better say Relink. And I was like, you're not wrong. I would say it too. But anyways, I just had to out you like that because
Right.
no one could see the look in your eyes that I saw, and I had to say it.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, for those of you listening to this episode, we will have stayed up all night playing the game.
Oh,
Probably,
yeah.
100%.
I'll have stayed up all night at work.
working. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's actually being a good member of society. While we're Dylan and I will be in our degenerate caves
Right.
playing Relink.
I ain't off, but I'll be.
Yeah, but I'll be here.
I'll be there when it matters.
Yeah.
That being said, are you gonna be free that day? Because it's supposed to come in that day. I just want to make sure.
Thursday. No,
Oh,
I won't be. I won't be free until Thursday night.
Oh.
You can play without me, but I will.
Okay.
I will be. I will probably be home. I mean, we can talk about this after the show.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah,
really
yeah.
matter.
All right.
I'll be home in the afternoon.
We'll get our
Thursday.
schedules situated.
Yeah,
afterwards.
But anyways, is there anything else you want to touch on for this lovely episode? This is our 200th episode.
Oh man.
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
Woo!
Weehaw.
Weehaw.
We are.
Awaha.
I-ha.
I-ha.
Not weehaw.
Nah, weehaw.
Our ha.
They ha.
Oh. You-ha.
Damn, Naravar.
We all
This
ha.
skooma really cuts the mustard.
All right. And
It
on
sounds
that
like
note,
some shit a Cool-a-con would cook up.
if you are looking for ways to get hooked up with this podcast, you can type in at Hindsight Studios
At?
in the YouTube search bar, and you can find the YouTube channel that has all of the podcast episodes on there now. And Ethan just released a new.
Yeah, I'm guessing it
About
was
Nothing.
released because I didn't tell you what day to upload it yet because I forgot to tell you.
Because we recorded it before I went on my vacation, but because we had backlogged so many Aftermath episodes, I didn't have the space to put
No, that's
them.
fine.
So it just came out yesterday.
Perfect, because I actually am going to be preparing to record the next one. The next episode is going to be with, I don't know if it's going to be just me and Cade whenever he's free, my roommate.
Okay.
But it's going to be me and Cade, and maybe if Dylan's free and he wants to do
Friend
as
of
well,
the show.
I don't know. But either way, me and Cade, and we're going to be talking probably about whiskey because we both drink whiskey and I got him into it. But it is still about the podcast. We never know what's going to happen.
You're right. Could be about nothing.
Yeah. So, but I feel like we're going to touch on whiskey.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
So.
tune in. And like I said, the YouTube channel, you can send us some comments. You can reach out to us that way. But you can also just find us on any of the major podcasting platforms. Just type in The Aftermath and you should be able to find us there. Or if you go to a park and sit on a bench long enough, I think it will come in a little envelope, the podcast. You can open it up and look at it that way.
Right. The first letter will say "fuck you."
Yeah.
You read the second letter, that'll have the podcast.
It's on the back. Look, flip the page over and you'll find it there. But
Damn, Noir, this podcast really good.
yeah. Right. If you go far off to the lands of elsewhere where the Khajiit dig up moon sugar.
Bitches call me moon sugar.
Yeah, and you'll be able
Just
to,
call me Moon and Stars.
with your feet in the warm sands looking up at the moons. You can you'll find the podcast there amongst the sand.
Nice.
And the moon sugar.
It's not really ethical. This is a meme that I found somewhere. It's not really ethical, but in a pinch, you can basically get rid of any cursed object by handing it to pretty much any baby.
Really?
Yeah. They'll death grip that shit.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You ever tried to hand a baby?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
It's true.
I think it was someone on Twitter that posted that. Whoever it was, funny as shit. I read all week.
There you go.
In a pinch, you can hand off a cursed object to basically any baby.
There you go.
And depending on where the curse is, they'll just grow up thinking he's really unlucky.
There you go. Well,
That's
and on that
perfect.
note, thank you so much for listening. And until next week, bye-bye.
See ya.